like I said, I'm no expert, but I've heard that you know he's was trying to kind of maintain relationships with these women, however many they were. Um, Not just like these were groupies or people he picked up at a bar or at events and just slept with them and then whatever, but kind of some type of deeper, some a relationship on an emotional level, which I don't think is really categorized under sex addiction, um, which makes it makes this more not sex addiction but still a psychological issue, problem, thing that he has to deal with. But so of course therapy, even if you call it rehab, rehabilitation, I guess it works. But I don't think it's sex addiction. But you know, I have a whole another rant about these women, another issue apart from this. But we'll talk about that later. For right now, let's stick to this presser he had. Um, I guess a big issue with this, I guess maybe he learned it probably in therapy or rehab, is that he needs to get back to the spiritualism that he was taught as a child, um, and by especially by his mother who was in attendance. He said that he was grown Buddhist. In the last few years, he's kind of strayed from that, his religion, and he talked about how the temptations around him, he wasn't able to, restrain himself, and that money and fame just made it easier for him to go and obtain those things, which is, I guess, what surrounds this whole issue and his behavior, character, and things like that. So I think he's going to go back to his religion and how he was taught and what he was taught by his mother, and back to practicing his religion. Which was really funny because at the same time as this Tiger Woods press conference, the Dalai Lama was on. It was like on C-SPAN or something, also giving a speech, probably accepting some type of award. I think it was a democracy type of award. Richard Gere and a lot of people were in attendance. And I was like, wow, they really put this up against Tiger Woods right now? Seriously? And it was just really ironic. This was before I even heard him saying, heard about him going back to Buddhism, or that I knew for sure that he was Buddhist. But I was just like, I maybe kind of th- thought of it on some level, but I was like, wow, the Dalai Lama's on here talking, spirituality and all stuff like this, his holiness. And I'm also thinking I would kind of rather watch the Dalai Lama and hear his philosophies and his wisdom, because he's a very smart guy and very just funny and personal person as well, than I would Tiger. But I guess that was just a little irony that I want to say. But you don't need to listen to Brit Hume, whoever this is, who's saying that you need to convert or change to Christianity. I guess it's dicey having someone on a political show tell you that you need to convert or whatever you need to do. He said that Jesus offers something and Christianity offers something that I think Tiger Woods needs, that he thinks Tiger Woods needs, which is forgiveness and I guess redemption, which I think is true. You know, you know, I think Christianity and Jesus, or at least Jesus, does offer that, and that's something that I think Tiger Woods does need. Maybe some of the qualities that are entailed with Christianity, maybe certain things that Tiger Woods needs, but I don't think he needs to convert to Christianity to get that. I think he can get that from other places. Other religions also offer those kind of things that Tiger Woods needs. Even if he was agnostic or an atheist, I think he could still get those things from somewhere else. So I'm not saying he should convert. I think the underlying thing that Bricky was saying was correct, but saying he needs to convert is absolutely wrong, because Buddhism talks about inner peace and restraint from temptations and all this other stuff that are very good qualities that I think Tiger Woods also needs. The Dalai Lama even, spoke about Tiger Woods and things like this, and saying he's probably able to find his path again. But yeah, so ridiculous saying he needs to convert religions to do this. I read something that was right interesting with, if he was Christian, maybe if Tiger Woods was Christian, how would you feel if he said, oh, he should convert from Christianity to another religion? Yeah, so saying, offering your own religious beliefs to another is okay. You're trying to steal them, but to say they should convert religions because your religion is better than theirs, yeah, not exactly the best plan of action. But obviously but like I said, there's some aspects of Christianity that have things that Tiger Woods needs, but Tiger Woods doesn't need to look to Christianity to get them. But on that same kind of track, Tiger Woods mentioned that he needs to change his behavior on the golf course, which is, let us remember, he's a golfer. He needs to change his behavior. I don't really think so. It's like Rick Riley, who's this, he's on ESPN sometimes, he's a sports writer, B-writer, talking about, for the last few years he's criticized Tiger's behavior on the golf course or whatever. I guess he's talking about like the swearing and the cursing and, sometimes throwing your club around and being upset. He's a professional athlete. He's an athlete. He's a competitor. He's a human being. People get frustrated, especially when playing sports and competing. You get frustrated with yourself more than other people, even the people you're playing against. Get mad at yourself. So cussing or hitting your club or yelling, that's kind of coarse for the par. Pun wasn't intended, but I like it, so I might go ahead and keep that, say it was a pun intended. But come on, I actually, for one, like him more because of that. When I saw that he cusses and stuff like that, because that's stuff that us regular human beings do, and I think that just makes him more of a human being and more normal. You listen to Tiger Woods before all this scandal. He's so quiet and a gentleman and doesn't do anything. Like this, is very private and shy. But learn that he cusses, see that he cusses and yells and gets upset. Heck yeah, because I do too. So keep doing that. I don't think that has anything to do with cheating on your wife or being a bad person or any of that other crap. So I don't think you need to change that to respect the game of golf more or to be a better person. So that's ridiculous too. But speaking of, golf, again, back to his profession of golf playing. He's a professional golfer. So shying away from the public entity as celebrity, closer and closer to what he actually does for profession. He thanked his friends at Accenture and the players for letting him, have this press conference, public statement on television during the tournament. So, the WGC Accenture tournament was this past weekend, and he was not a part of it, obviously, but other players were. And, funny twofold. One, his friends at Accenture, the sponsor who dropped him as a brand, the brand that dropped him as a sponsor or dropped him as a client after this all broke him, those are now his friends. Yeah. And then the players who let him do this, like Ernie Els, who publicly said that this was disrespectful and how dare he's taking away from the tournament and golf for doing this during the tournament. Yeah, I'm thinking Tiger was being sarcastic, maybe on some level, and sticking it to both Accenture and Ernie Els, because really, the people that dropped you and then people that are running their mouths, those are who you're actually thanking? No. First of all, when he did this was Friday, they weren't even playing on Friday. No one was playing on Friday. They were off. So who's really getting upset about this? If anything, you should be thanking Tiger Woods for bringing more publicity to this, because God knows ratings are sinking because Tiger Woods isn't playing golf. Okay? When Tiger plays, ratings go up, viewership goes up, people are watching. When he's not, so you should be thanking him for giving more publicity and more eyes and more awareness to your tournament. Okay? So, yeah. If I were Tiger Woods, I'd say suck it, Accenture, and suck it, Ernie Els, and I think he probably did in his own little crafty way. So, that only leaves, I guess, maybe the biggest question of golf-related, Tiger-related things left.